Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank you all for joining us today as we come together to remember and to honor Detective First Grade Mia Salti's Familia. To begin the ceremony, please rise for the presentation of our nation's colors and the singing of the national anthem by police officers. Police Department and Rockefeller.
For the people. Miosotis Doña Adriana, all of her loved ones on this day. Precinct, those portals, woman, faithful servant.
Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the members seated on our dais. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Starting on my right, we have Commanding Officer Patrol Office, Assistant Chief Philip Rivera, Chief of Department Jeffrey Nadry,
Good afternoon.
Acting Police Commissioner of the City of New York, Edward Kahn, Commanding Officer of the 46th Precinct, Inspector John Cockney, the President of the Detective Endowment Association, Paul DeGiacomo, the President of the Police Benevolent Association, Patrick Hendry,
Good afternoon.
and Police Department Chaplain, Reverend Jonathan Rackerbarron. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our dais, and we thank them for being here. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Commanding Officer of the 46th Precinct, Inspector John Cockney.
Detective Familia represents all that is good in our society. By answering her calling and becoming a New York City police officer, she represented every regular person who steps up to do extraordinary things. To Genesis, Peter, Delilah, you have family with the NYPD and the 46th Precinct forever. And it's been an honor to watch each of you continue to grow and celebrate your milestones. Congratulations to Peter, congratulations to Delilah on graduating high school this year. The truth of the matter is that your mother was such a good cop because she was such a good mother. You continue to lean on one another for support, for love, and for guidance. Every single day, you're making your mother proud. Know that you are never alone in your endeavors. May this memorial serve as a reminder to you and your whole family that the 4th Precinct is indeed a part of your extended family, and always will be. Most people who knew me as Otis Familia in life, and I have the pleasure of being able to say that I work with her, just a wonderful, wonderful person. Just radiant, bright, her infectious smile, positive attitude were uplifting, giving hope to all those she encountered. This beautiful mural reminds us all that she's watching over all of us and that she walks beside us. She encourages us to approach every day as an opportunity to make a difference. To our community, her smiling face offers a feeling of reassurance, even certain of times. Personally, I'm thankful for the lessons Detective Familia continues to teach us. Every cop who walks through our doors is inspired to do exactly as she did. Make our world a better place, make our community a safer place to live and work. 6 years ago, our lives were changed forever. While there's still a hole in our hearts that will never be filled, it's our honor to continue sharing joy, love, and positivity in her name. God bless. Thank you all.
Thank you, Inspector. It is now my pleasure to introduce the President of the Police Benevolent Association, Patrick Hendry.
Good afternoon. Today is a special day honoring a true hero who walked through those doors, who patrolled these streets, and did what the people of this city ask us to do: patrol and protect the people of this community. All line of duty deaths are a big hit on all of us, on every single police officer. But 6 years ago, when our hero officer was assassinated for wearing the uniform, it was a big hit, especially on me, having started my career in the 4th Precinct right here, patrolling the same streets, standing in the same muster room, standing in the same roll call. But what I saw 6 years ago was our active police officers, our retired police officers, the community coming together to support this family. And what I see 6 years later is I see our retired police officers that are here, Vinny, our active police officers, and the community coming together to support this family. And we will continue doing that year after year. But the stories that I heard 6 years ago was the type of police officer that she was. She was a police officer that wanted to help people. She was a police officer that wanted to make a difference. And there's no doubt about it. She made a difference. She made a difference and an impact in the lives of the police officers that she worked with, as we see here today. She made a difference and an impact in the community that is here today, and she made an impact and a difference in this city. And New York City is a better place because of the hard work and sacrifice of our hero officer. I not only have had the great honor of being the treasurer and now the president of this great organization, but I've also had the great honor of being the chair of the PBA Widows and Children's Fund. And I want to recognize some of our line of duty families that are here today. We have Kathy and Gilbert Lee, if you could please stand, just to be recognized. As we all know, it's been incredibly difficult to be a police officer over the last couple of years and many, many years, as our profession has been under attack, to say the least. But I say this, I believe it is more important than ever that we continue to honor our hero police officers like we are doing here today. By all of you being here today, we are sending a message to this family that we will never forget the sacrifice that our hero officer, Officer Familia, made for the 4th Precinct, for this community that she served, and this city that she served. And again, I want to thank you for all being here today. Especially thank the retired officers for being here, our community for supporting this family. We will never forget our hero officer. Thank you.
Thank you. It is now my pleasure and my honor to introduce the daughter of Detective Familia, Genesis.
Afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming this afternoon to not only remember my mother, but also to support and the kids and my family today. The last couple of days, this entire week, leading up to today, the next day is following. 6 years ago, literally feels like yesterday. I remember vividly the day that I saw my mother, which was 6 years ago yesterday. I vividly remember the highway cop who came and picked me up just hours after I had said goodbye to my mother, after we said we love you, we'll see you tomorrow. I remember being alone, being raced to the hospital, being told that my mother was hurt, not knowing what to expect when I got there, not knowing the nightmare that would ensue. Many of the police officers here who risk their lives every day, who see some of the most heinous, horrific things imaginable. I had to walk into a hospital room where my mother lay dead in front of me, disfigured. Anyone here whose uniform knows exactly what someone who's been shot in the face looks like immediately after. And I had to see my dear mother, who was my best friend, my very best friend, who was our only parent. Dead in front of me. I had to break that news to Peter and Delilah, who were only 12 years old at the time. No idea what was happening. This week would be the week that I had to plan her funeral, where everything was set in motion when my world had been destroyed. I then had to make all these decisions at only 20 years old, with 2 I now needed to raise on my own, that I helped my mom take care of when she was around. These are all the memories that flood my mind. Not only from time to time, there's not a single day that I don't shed a tear for my mother, who didn't deserve this. been the most traumatic thing I've ever had to endure in my entire life. A part of me died that day. But the nightmare continued on top of all of that. For all of us. With so many things that came up legally, with everything, with things that prevented me from being able to take care of the kids the way that I needed to. My mom is the only woman to have ever been assassinated in this way for her uniform ever in the history of the state and the history of this department. A single mother who was killed for a uniform she wore proudly. My mom told us all the time how and she would come here. How this was her calling. My mom told me this was her calling. She was put on this earth to be a cop, to protect the community. Little did my mom know, not only would we suffer from her loss, torn away from us, but everything else that came up that was revealed through her, like us, like me not being able to access most of these death benefits to take care of the kids, that was another layer of trauma, of hardship, of difficulty, of daily suffering. My mom was such a gift to the people that knew her. The people who lived in this community, the people that she met in the academy. My mom would tell me, you know, Genesis, the police department, we're like a family. No one understands what we go through but us. No one understands what we have to deal with, what we see. Only the people who wear my uniform, my blue family. There were so many stories that she would tell us about her patrol. My mom would always say, you know what, I hate being inside. I like being outdoors. My mom was a great cop. I don't need to be one to know that. It's just the way that everyone here came to support, like every year, who still check up on me years later, who may not even have known our stories. I know she'd be very appreciative for the people that have looked out for her kids. We're the only orphans ever, true orphans, double orphan children. Just us to be able to have me, and I hope that soon the nightmare of being able to take care of them the way I need to can come to an end. Although they couldn't be here today, I'm very grateful to Assemblyman Dina and Senator Rivera, who've shown unwavering support. With everything additionally that I have to endure, that I've had to protect the kids from. And I'm so happy. Well, not happy. I'm so glad. Even 6 years later, people still care the sacrifice and horrible. How twisted was. Thank you to all of you who sympathized with me, who supported me, and who have been there for me when things have been the darkest. Yeah. So I want to thank you all for coming today again and for keeping your promise to never forget. I can never but thank you.
Thank you, Genesis. At this time, I would like to invite the executive staff and the family of Detective Familia to approach the mural for a wreath.
This day, we vow never to forget. May God bless each of you. For sake. May the love people of God on this day. Trust God watching over each of us, but our angel, the watch that are
that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountain.
Enjoy your day. Have a safe